Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to XCOM 2. We are going to help out on a Haven Assault. I think last time we did one of these, we barely didn't manage to save enough civilians, so hopefully this time we do better. We did remember to bring the med kit, so hopefully we won't make the mistakes of past missions. We have two snipers, but one of the other basic classes. And a overall pretty well leveled up team, so we should do well.
Intermittent distress signal, and as far as we can tell, the aliens are hitting back against one of the resistance outposts. It doesn't look good. We're moving in to secure the area as quickly as possible. Neutralize all enemy contacts.
Okay, let's head on in. And there is a chance that the assassin will show up on this mission, so we've got to keep watch for that.
One of those chosen is leading an assault on the resistance encampment in this area. Our people are doing what they can to fight back, but we need to help protect the civilians trapped nearby. There's a group of resistance soldiers hunkered down not far from your position. Move in and help fend off the attacking alien forces.
Okay, so it's not one of the missions where we're trying to find people and rescue them, it seems. This is something different where we're trying to get over here. Alright. I guess let's start with you.
No problem, boss.
We don't see any aliens yet. I'm gonna move the snipers last, I think.
Rolling.
Moving on target location.
Do we risk rushing forward a bit farther? We don't see any enemies. Could be some hiding in the shadows around.
Move into position.
But I'm not opposed to being a bit forward, particularly if we're moving into full cover positions.
I'm going.
What about you? Where can you get to?
On
That
my
seems
way.
good. Do we have any... Okay, we do have a elevated position here that I could put my sniper into. Might be better to try and rush over to here to get to that elevated position, since we know that there's no aliens nearby here, so stepping backwards feels like a bad decision. Let's push you forward to here. Hopefully we don't reveal an alien right there in the shadows. Good, because she did get a step farther that way than our previous movement. I guess we'll put you in half cover here.
Stepping off.
Ooh,
These
Muton?
Mutons seem a little more agile than the ones we've fought in the past. It looks like they're still serving as the aliens' front line, though.
Muton and Ordinary Trooper.
Eyes on an advent position.
Second Muton and Ordinary Trooper. Yikes. I'm gonna go with yikes on that. Luckily the Mutons didn't get to attack this turn. You missed. Come on. Cool. Oh, we've got another resistance group here, it seems. So probably when we get to the first group, it'll then point out the next group, and we'll have to head over there. Alright. How do I want to handle this? I mean, I could flank and take the shot. generally a good call. Can any of you get to a good position here? So I want the Mutons gone. So yeah, let's send you here.
Seems doable.
Doesn't quite kill, but it's still going to be a pretty powerful hit. 50% crit could get us the kill, actually.
Deflection.
Didn't get the crit, unfortunately. Do you have a teamwork thing? Who is your ally? There. What about you? Yeah, so he could give you a second shot. Because I don't think anyone else, given that they're in full cover, I don't think anyone else is going to be able to get over there to get a useful attack on that Muton. So let's do the teamwork
Keep going.
to give you a second shot. Muton down. We do still have the trooper who's flanking her, which I want to take care of. .45, 41 is not good. Deadeye lowers aim, not raises it. What about you? You only have a shot on the Muton. Does that get you to a flanking position? No. You actually can't see him at all from any of these positions. Which strikes me as surprising. I guess the rock might be blocking your vision from that low down. Alright, you'd be standing out in the open, which I'm not thrilled by. But I could get you to have a flanking position, but you're pretty far away, so that still might not be enough. Who's your buddy? You. Which means if I wanted to waste all of my teamwork's first turn of this battle, basically, I could rush you forward and then get a teamwork to give you a shot. Because I really don't want you to be shot in the back, but it is by an ordinary trooper. Could just go aid protocol. What is with that position you're standing in? Sort of like leaned back, leg straight there. Odd. I might just aid protocol on you. Yeah, that's probably the right call. So for the rest of you, you have terrible shots on everyone. You have really terrible shot on the one person you can see. But you are also my pistolier, so I could move you forward to get a flank shot on the Muton and then shoot with your pistol. Which isn't amazing, but it is a thing.
Rolling.
85%, that's better.
Deflection.
For 2 damage. I could technically launch a frag to hit both of you, to take out the trooper and hurt the Muton, in which case I should have done that before, because then it would have taken out the armor. I'm assuming your aim with your gun is not good. Yeah. Let's go frag. Take out this trooper and hurt the Muton.
Grenade!
Yeah, didn't take out the tree, but I wasn't expecting it to. And you. Let's move you forward.
Understood. Moving out.
And then aid protocol. Not on yourself, on Bandit, apparently. To give plus 20 defense. Technically, he could also shoot them, but I'm guessing he's going to focus on the one up front. You have less health, though, because you are lower ranked. But I'm also wanting to save the higher ranked individual as a more priority. And then you. You could teamwork on him to give him one more action. I don't think that really helps me. Take the 41% shot. It's not great, but it's not the worst. Hopefully we're lucky. Yeah. Not surprised. Would have been nice. Let's see how this plays out. Wow. You missed a civilian standing out in the open, Muton. What are you gonna do now? Also missed. Thanks, guys. Hey, return fire. Oh, also missed.
Get it together.
Nice. I'll take all the damage on that Muton I can get. Lots of misses this mission. All right. So you could get to here, which should be a flank if that position was open to you. So I could move her over to here, where she'd get a flanking pistol shot and maybe take this guy out. Actually, if you just fired your sniper rifle right here, 57, you're getting penalties due to range, but you do crazy damage on a hit. But there's no... it's not super likely of a hit. 85% with your pistol. I'm just more inclined trying to get my ranger there for that shot, because it's a much more likely kill. Let's put you here.
Closing on target position now.
You'll get your pistol shot here. Hopefully it's a kill. It was not. So we gotta finish you off, but that's why I put you in cover from him. Then you can step here where you'll get... oh, you're already flanking, but this will be closer and therefore better aim.
I can handle that.
80%. Please die. There we go.
Well,
Mutons are scary.
my ammo's running low.
Now, how do we deal with you? You don't have the shot. You don't have a grenade. You also don't have a grenade. And you can give teamwork to your sniper, or vice versa. I could dash you forward and then use the teamwork to kill you so that you don't have a chance to shoot her. Or we could do what we did last time and aid protocol. Granted, you're also exposed, and I can't aid protocol you both. Although technically she's in half cover, but it would take very little effort for him to move forward. But I doubt he would, because he would be putting himself into position to be flanked by you. So you're probably the one more at risk. I would really like to kill you, but I just don't see a good way of doing that besides double move from here and then the teamwork. Which I could do, but it gets rid of all my teamwork options. Maybe that is the smarter call. Just to ensure I'm not taking damage that I don't need to. Yeah. I think it's got to happen. Saving resources while risking damage. The point of resources is to mitigate damage.
I am with you.
Take your shot and kill him.
Got something over here.
Ooh,
Enemy down.
nice.
The
Got some loot.
resistance team is in the clear. They're moving to help the other survivors.
An autoloader. Not bad.
Got There's a large group of civilians pinned down within range of your position. Sensors indicate hostile forces are closing in fast. We need to get in there before the aliens slaughter those people.
Alright, that means you guys need to start moving. There's no cover right here, but hopefully we're far enough back it doesn't matter.
No problem, boss.
Bound to die. Then you... Let's have you dash to this full cover.
Location confirmed.
So far, none of our civilians have died. Hey! Took out a trooper. Feels pretty good. Yeah. No civilians killed. So it's this bus we're trying to get to.
Whatever you say.
Can I get you up here? I can, actually.
Already there.
That'll put you in a good spot for at least a little bit. Let's throw you into half cover there. And you guys need to start moving forward.
Position confirmed.
And you. Could double move to get a little bit closer.
On the move.
Since we don't yet see any aliens. Still nothing? You're next farthest back. Is there any good cover you can get into? Not really. I guess go there?
On the move.
And you... Don't catch yourself on fire. That sounds like a bad idea. I guess just step
Seems
to there.
doable.
Mechs. There's always mechs. Okay, first civilian down.
Commander, Advent isn't backing off. They've got units in the AO that are ignoring our forces just to get a better shot at the civilians. Take those bastards down.
Alright, so we've got a pod over here. And then this pod back here. It is cool to see the resistance doing, you know, damage, putting in work. Do we want to take on this pod first or go after that pod first? I'm thinking we go after this one rather than dealing with the mech. Because this was a purifier and a stun lancer, I believe. Let's not get too close. I don't want to reveal them. Hopefully there's no other aliens around. Yes, I don't know. One way to find out.
On it.
Alright, we can see our allies, but we don't have visual on the aliens yet. So they haven't activated.
Copy that.
Hopefully we're not going to reveal anything here. Okay, still good.
Will do.
It's getting real close. We just see through windows in unfortunate ways.
On it.
But it's the best cover near there. Alright, you are probably in a good position to use squad sight, so I might just leave you there.
I'm on it.
Nice. Second civilian down. Okay, so we've got 3 pods of enemies, actually. We've got this group. This group that's actually nearly dead because of those guys. We've got a group back here, and then we've got a group over here. It's almost like they don't need us. Alright, we need visual over here. Yeah, we'll send you
Affirmative.
here.
Moving out. Advent forces on the ground.
Oh, you got visual there too. Alright. So you have Shredder, so if you can see the mech... You can't see the mech? Is it standing right up here on the roof? Alright. Sure. If I kill you, there's a chance you'll explode, and if you explode, you will kill them. Not thrilled by that. But you are my best aim. And I think it's an auto kill because on a miss I still do 1 damage. So go for it. Please don't blow up. Perfect.
Hostile neutralized.
Then we've got you. And you. You can easily kill either one with your sword. You could kill this one with your gun. Can anyone else get in there and kill that one? Yes. Oh, you are standing in the cover I want. Oh, man. So we are going to be standing outside of cover in that case. Same with you. Out of my way, people. We're trying to save you. I have no plans for dealing with you. What about you? What can you do? You got 73% on the mech. It's not going to count as a kill. Technically it could kill. Probably doesn't count as lower elevation though. But if you can take out the mech, that makes my job easier. Or you can just miss. That's always cool.
It's still moving.
You've got a similar shot. Less accurate. Could use the grenade, but that's really bad for everyone around there. So probably not. Please get the kill. Not a kill. Good damage.
That armor's tough.
All right. 93% to take out the mech. I think the mech is the biggest threat at the moment. So, much bigger than the stun lancers. So that's you done. So then we just have you. And again, I could do a slash right here. Leaves me in good cover from the aliens that are back there. But we've got one stun lancer that's free to do whatever he wants. And there's nothing I can do about that at this point.
Did you see that one?
I did see that one. Oh, of course there's one of these guys. That wasn't part of my plan.
Advent troop spotted.
Okay, another civilian down. I think we'll be able to take out or save enough civilians that we're not really in risk of failing the mission. Goodbye, stun lancer. Good shot on you. Nice. Anyone else? Yeah. They've nearly taken out this guy by themselves. Alright. You... get bonuses to shred.
Moving
So let's step you forward. Please shred armor for me. That's what I'm talking about.
It hit the plate.
Then our sniper up
Running
top.
dry.
That'll be a kill, 100% chance. And because you're above it, you should still be able to take another shot. Or, I guess in this case, reload.
Impressed yet?
Could have you do a pistol shot. But no, let's reload.
Back online.
So next turn, you are ready to go. You don't have great shots. What about a pistol shot here? 100%. That's a pretty good shot. In my mind. Not a kill, though. Alright. So we've got just the two of you. You can easily kill this one. You can't get the slash there, or probably get into a position where you're able to do anything. So can you get to a good flanking position? Oh, why are you guys all in the way? I mean, that's a flanking position. So I guess go there.
Okay.
And we're just banking on the fact that we're going to kill them. The civilians being in the way is just super annoying. But alright. Please kill him. That's what we needed.
Hostile neutralized.
Now you need to kill this guy.
I'm running low on ammo.
I'm going. Impressed yet?
Menace 1-5, you secured the remaining civilians and there are no other hostile contacts on the scope.
Alright.
Good work out there.
16 out of 19 civilians rescued, no wounds. That's what we want to see. Flawless mission.
All Advent gene therapy clinics will be closed tomorrow for equipment upgrades. Initial reports that the suspension of services were the result of dissident activity have been dismissed as radical propaganda.
Yeah, Bandit, our ranger, got best of everything, mainly. Good job there. Nice clean mission.
Not a single casualty reported, Commander. I hope all of our deployments go this well.
Oh, they're all tired though, which means I can't use them on the next mission. They need time to rest. It's rough. Alright. So we could go demolition, unleash a volley of bullets at your target's cover, significantly damaging or destroying it, deals no damage to your target. Ugh. Don't know about that one. Or suppression, fire barrage that pins down a target, granting reaction fire against it if it moves, and imposing a 50% penalty to the target's aim. That's probably useful in times where I need to save an ally who's badly placed by suppressing a specific enemy. So we'll go suppression. And for you, Bandit, we could go conceal. Immediately enters concealment once per mission. No. Not really building you as the stealthy sort. Run and gun. Take an action after dashing. That's useful. There's been a few times where I've had to use the blade Even though we're set out to use the blade, but it's like there's times where it'd be nice to have double moved to get to a position and then be able to shoot. It's a run and gun for sure. 16 civilians, gained an autoloader. First reload does not cost an action. And then basic corpses. Muton autopsy. The aliens' primary shock troops are even more dangerous than they were when we faced them during the invasion. Our hope is that we can emulate their plasma-based explosives for our purposes.
Another impressive effort, Commander. My expectations were high, and yet you have exceeded them.
West Asia's income increased by 48 supplies. Very good. Okay, there's supplies available. We will finish grabbing the rookies and then head over there, I think.
I was born of the Elder's own power, of their very essence, to serve as their greatest champion. For the gods have many children, but I am the true instrument of their will, and they instill in me an understanding of their gifts that none other can comprehend.
Yeah, you're good at psionics. Okay, Avatar Project is gaining progress. We should take out the black site at some point.
The aliens continue to make progress on the Avatar Project. If we're going to slow them down, we'll need to move fast. We had some wounded soldiers requiring treatment after that last covert action. With a few days rest, they'll be ready to get back into it.
Of course we did. There's always wounded soldiers, but we should have made contact with the Templars now. Our team established contact with the Templars, and their leader claims he knows all about us, about XCOM. I'm not sure I have any idea what he's talking about, but at least he's sent one of his followers to work alongside us on the Avenger. So we did get a new recruit as well.
This is where the Templar faction maintains their headquarters. I'll admit they can be a bit extreme when it comes to psionics, but so far they seem loyal to our cause. We can scan at this location to gain additional support from their people.
My people understand the value of our cooperation, Commander. The Elders see us as nothing more than raw materials for their designs. We will take back our power and turn it against them. Oh, Commander, it's about time we spoke, don't you think? I'm Geist, leader of the Templar Order, but I'm sure you already knew that. Stories of me tend to spread far and wide. You are welcome here anytime, Commander, for among all others of your kind, you alone know the true power of the Elders. You have touched their minds, you have heard their voice, and surely you know that they must fall. On behalf of all Templars, I humbly offer our services towards their demise. Together, we shall be unstoppable.
It's interesting, if he thinks so highly of us that he didn't reach out to try and find us, we had to find and contact him. We'll master what is rightfully ours, the power of the Elders claim as their own.
My followers and your people continue to grow in skill, and now the Resistance can take on more responsibility, should you need it.
Stay with me. Soldiers are much more likely to bleed out rather than die when their health drops to 0. I hope we don't need to use our limited slots on something like this, but times it feels like this would have been useful to have. Trial by fire, double the ability points gained in combat. Ooh. Wow. So if we're doing cool things like flanking, attacking from above, etc., that gives us ability points, we get double, which means we can level up our soldiers more so. And yes, assign a new covert action.
Disrupt the Elders' plans has presented itself, and my followers are eager to proceed.
Okay, so most of these are, again, things we don't care about. That's still laboratory construction that we don't care about. Reduce the Avatar Project progress. Does that lower it or reduce the time until it's next time it progresses. My followers and I have long sensed the progress of the Eldar's work towards their latest abomination. We have located a facility that grows increasingly thick with the power they have stolen, and it can only mean one thing: we must destroy it. Huh. And then resistance order. My followers obey those who walk the true path, and they have come to see you as one who can be trusted like our own. Let's discuss the ways in which we can further expand our cooperation. Resource rewards on all missions are increased by 15%. So this is another order that we could install that would just make us gain more supplies on missions. Interesting. I think hunting one of the chosen makes the most sense. Do we want to go after the assassin first or the warlock? We seem to have most of our areas in assassin territory, so probably trying to get rid of her sooner is better. So there is a risk of soldier wounded that we could negate. It's currently low. Is it worth sending another soldier to remove that risk? Having a third soldier could be useful if we do get ambushed, though, so that's a reasonable reason as well. Oh, but we have to send a sergeant, and we don't have many of those available, because they're all tired. So whatever mission we do next is probably going to be a bunch of these corporals and maybe some squatties. Yikes. This one also requires a sergeant, so it doesn't help me. Combat intelligence isn't good. Ability points. 16 ability points isn't nothing, but it feels somewhat like a waste. Low influence, low influence, low influence. We do need to do more missions for these guys. Or, not for, but with. This is one that we could do without risking any of our high-ranking soldiers. It would raise influence. 16 ability points can be used on anyone. Only takes 5 days. It's not a bad call. We can grab some of these lower ranked people. We've got tons of grenadiers, so let's toss in a grenadier. Gain a dodge bonus on I don't know, you. And 25 intel gets rid of the risk of someone being wounded. Why not? It's not a bad mission. It's sort of just waiting until we're in a better position to do the missions we actually care about. But hopefully we can get our influence up so that eventually we can have them doing more resistance orders.
We'll get the job done. Don't worry, Commander.
One more day until we've dealt with clearing out that. Alright. Power coils are powerful spaces for facility construction. Facilities built on shielded power coils draw no power from the Avenger. Power relays built on shielded power coils generate considerably more power than those in normal rooms. Yes, let's build a power relay here, which will generate me 10 power.
Power relay construction initiated.
Yep, assign an engineer here. And apparently by that we mean a gremlin. So we've got both gremlins here. So we have 2 engineers available. I guess we will put you guys here, clearing out this spot. And back to scanning for rookies.
We have made a number of new discoveries, Commander.
Still no rookies for us, but we did get the Advent mech breakdown.
Advent has legions of these mechanized units out there helping to keep the peace. As far as I can tell, they're fully automated and armed to the teeth.
From our initial breakdown, I have to assume the Advent mech design was at least in part based on the alien sectopod, a similar autonomous war machine lacking in biological components. As far as I can tell, the Advent variant was supposed to be less intimidating, more suited to urban pacification or peacekeeping operations conducted in proximity to the civilian crowds. The facade only works because of the carefully disguised weapon systems integrated throughout the machine. I don't think people would react so calmly if they knew about the micro-missile launching system linked to Advent's network running facial recognition on the crowds at microsecond intervals. El Shen. Gremlin Mark II. The Mark II Gremlin is an improved version of the standard Gremlin drone. Not only will it greatly increase the hacking stat of our specialists, but many specialist abilities improve their effectiveness when the Gremlin becomes more advanced. And blue screen protocol. With the number of mechanized units Advent has available to throw at us, developing munitions capable of disabling them should be one of our higher priorities. Tigan suggested we look into disrupting their core operating system, and I agree, it's a good place to start. And then the Advent Stun Lancer autopsy. Commander, given our extensive battlefield experience against the Advent Stun Lancer, the Advent Stun Lancer autopsy can now be completed instantly. Ooh, I like instant. The Advent Stun Lancer is commonly seen maintaining order and quelling disturbances throughout the world. Their unique Stun Lance could be adapted into a weapon our Rangers are already training to use.
The Advent Stun Lancer was apparently outfitted with the intention of serving as a civilian peacekeeping unit within the city centers. Although they are equipped with weapons capable of administering non-lethal blows, recent reports indicate an increasingly aggressive stance taken by these units. Although Advent clearly intended for these units to be their means of dealing with any unruly civilians within the city centers, it seems they have come to rely on more brutal means of pacification in the time since.
Yep. On both the physical and genetic level, the Advent Stun Lancers are nearly identical to the troopers our forces regularly see in combat. However, a minor yet crucial adjustment to the muscle fiber density of the Lancer improves both agility and overall survivability. Equipped with non-lethal weapons capable of easily disabling human targets, these Lancers were first deployed during the earliest days following Advent's establishment of the city centers, when civil unrest was a more common problem than outright resistance. In studying their usage and deployment, this raised an interesting question. If the Lancers were among the first Advent forces deployed, and their survivability is somewhat higher than that of the standard trooper, did the aliens consciously reduce troopers' strength based on their assessment of human combat readiness? This would imply a system of rapid genetic modification beyond what I had previously imagined the aliens were capable of. It would also demonstrate a degree of genetic frugality that I would have previously assumed was relevant to the aliens based on the variety of unusual experiments they've conducted. Artigan. New item available, the Arc Blade. Ooh. When pure kinetic energy is no longer sufficient in the field, the Arc Blade may prove necessary. It boosts the standard sword's combat effectiveness with an addition of an electric field capable of stunning enemies that are not killed outright. Cool. No, we want to assign research. Alright, psionics is 10 days. Autopsy, 2 days. Autopsy, 2 days. 3 days. So we've got a bunch of autopsies. Plated armor requires alloys that we don't have. We need to get more alien alloys. So I guess given that, let's start some of the autopsies. 10 days for psionics, and I'm not sure how soon I'm actually going to bother delving into it. Feels like a waste of current time. Maybe the Viper autopsy is 3 days and it's supposed to improve our medical supplies.
Although I would expect to be growing more accustomed to seeing the clear intermingling of both human and alien genetic material, I must admit, this reptilian creature with such distinctive human features is surprisingly unsettling. Invasion-era reports include references to a species with some reptilian qualities, but nothing as readily apparent as this.
I mean, the Thin Men only had reference to reptilian eyes, but in all other ways they appeared humanish.
Without access to refined fossil fuels, power is difficult to come by outside the cities. Even among the staunchest of anti-alien dissidents, recovered Advent equipment is highly coveted.
Makes sense. Are we gonna get those rookies now? There they are. Only 3 rookies. No, never mind. Need to scroll more. 4 rookies. Alright. Well, that's good.
Your Templar friends are no different than countless other species who found themselves obsessed with the Elder's power.
Supply drop is in 5 days. Would have been nice to get contact first, but I think contact takes more than 5 days.
Commander, as of right now, we don't have enough intel to get a solid bearing on the local resistance forces in that area.
We don't have the intel. We need 1 more intel. Alright, let's do supplies. Although I suppose I should have bought some of the new gear that we researched. Now that I'm thinking about it, if we go to engineering,
What can I do for you, Commander?
build items. No, we can't. We need alloys. Dude. Did not realize alloys would be that critical at the moment. We can't get the Gremlin Mark II without alloys. Supplies-wise, it's not bad. Arc Blade needs alloys. The Mag Cannon, we need alloys. I mean, I'll build this because it's only 25 supplies, but it uses our last 2 alloys. And then we are just stuck until we find more.
I wish we had a simulator for Bradford to practice on. If he crashes this ship, I might just hand him over to Advent myself.
Our research was a success, Commander.
Okay.
I find it unusual, to say the least, that the subject so often referred to in the past as the Thin Man has now been revealed to actually be a genetic derivative of this wholly reptilian creature.
I find it truly remarkable how adaptable some of the alien species' genetics are to the constant tweaks they are often subjected to. In the case of the Viper, a species once identified as an infiltration unit known as a Thin Man, the aliens have made a conscious reduction in their efforts to disguise its true form. Without the introduction of extensive human genetic material, the Viper reverts to a fully reptilian form, while apparently retaining the same intelligence and combat aptitude. The Viper's snake-like form is in many ways similar to the legless reptiles we commonly encounter on Earth. The enhanced torso musculature allows for upright mobility, and the addition of 2 physically weak but capable arms allow for the handling of traditional weaponry. Of the many alien species our troops encounter in the field, I find the prospect of encountering an intelligent snake standing over 2 meters tall to be among the most disturbing. Artigan. New Proving Ground project available, Battlefield Medicine. We need to build the Proving Ground sooner rather than later. Venom injected by the Viper into its victims is nasty stuff, capable of taking down even the biggest, toughest soldier. However, it also contains a number of enzymes that could be isolated for use in our medkits, greatly improving coagulation at wound sites. Improved pistols. Okay. Commander, we have made an astounding breakthrough to improve pistols. Does that apply to just basic pistols, or does it also apply to the pistol of the Templars? Probably just our own normal pistols for our sharpshooters. Breakthrough in composite materials research have allowed us to increase the caliber of our pistols without sacrificing control, improving damage output by 1. So it would take 5 days and would make our sharpshooters have better pistols. Not a bad call, particularly if we want to bring sharpshooters to Lost missions. Having them be able to more effectively take out Lost, it's pretty good. I'm not opposed to it.
I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
I wouldn't say it's important, but it is interesting, and so I'm going to go for it. How are our units? If we've got enough healthy people, maybe rather than getting supplies, which we aren't critical on at the moment, maybe we should consider taking on the black site. Power capacity, low intel, bond level up that we can't do anything with. Yeah. That's all fine. If we go here... Now, we still have a few more days till we get our best soldiers back. We do have a reasonable collection of reasonably trained people.
The spokesman took a big risk getting inside Advent. Enough for me to believe he's loyal to our cause. There may still be a few skeptics in the movement, but we've got bigger things to worry about than a man on a screen.
True. I think I'm going to keep holding off. We'll keep going after these supplies here that we found. Spider and fly. There's a risk of ambush on all covert actions. Yikes. Advent has their goons hiding in every bush from here to the furthest city center. They must really be getting worried about the strength of our alliance.
I suppose since that worked, we might as well keep it up, Commander.
Okay, we got our ability points. Alright, recover loot. We are out of alloys, so this actually has some value. It does require a sergeant. Same as all these other sergeant requiring ones. And we would have to spend intel to avoid the potential of a soldier being captured, which I definitely don't want. Soldier captured. Negate risk ambush. But all missions have a risk of ambush. So maybe this one, because I don't believe we can actually negate the risk of an ambush with things as they currently are. I think we have just like double risk of ambush. So I'd rather just leave that as it is. If we're ambushed, we'd have 3 soldiers. Yeah, I think this is the right call. We need a sergeant. If we've got our Reaper available, then am I comfortable getting rid of our sharpshooter? Or do I get rid of our grenadier because we have several other grenadiers that aren't terrible skill-wise? Maybe that's the call. So we send you on the mission. One other random soldier, and that's going to be a rookie. And then one other random soldier. It means that if we get into an ambush, we're dealing with 2 rookies and a grenadier. Ambushes are usually small attacks with just a handful of enemies, so it's probably better to have a grenadier available than a sharpshooter. A sniper-focused sharpshooter. So yeah, I think this is the right call. These chosen the elders sent after us are nothing if not persistent. From what I've heard, you're the new prized bounty, and they're doing everything they can to find that ship of yours. The assassin has been especially irritating lately, so I say we pool our resources and find out where that thing calls home. I don't expect they'll take this sitting down. I hope your people are ready for a fight. Yeah, let's do it.
Covert is our specialty. Let's just hope your people can keep up.
We're fine.
Priority message coming through, Commander. Putting it on screen now.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
Okay, he was happy this month. 290 supplies.
My training, my focus, all of my efforts have been rewarded. I am reinvigorated.
She can just summon Advent Stun Lancers. Fantastic.
You would do well to be more protective of your secrets, for soon there will be nothing left for you to hide.
Okay, so you are working on lowering our income, and you are working on intense training increases their strength in combat. So that's probably what she just went through that gained her a new ability. And we don't know what the last chosen is working on. Okay, your next... Ooh, new construction is imminent. That's bad, because that's going to give them more avatar progress. XCOM will not be concealed at the start of missions. Not critical. It's nice to be concealed, but it's not the end of the world if we're not. There's a risk of capture on all covert actions. That would suck. And let's spend the intel we don't have to reveal this. Aliens increase the strength of their encryption, increasing all intel costs by 100% for a month. Yikes. I don't want either of these. We haven't raised your influence enough. It's still low, even though we've done several missions with you. So, +1 resistance contact is what we had last time, and we haven't actually needed it. But we are close to finishing our power plant, which will allow us to then build resistance comms. So I'm tempted to pull you off. More loot items would be good. That's potentially more intel, as well as more of the weapon upgrades and PCS. Instant kill on Lost would have been useful to still have in play on that last mission. I don't think either of those are super critical to me. I think I'm going to go with Vulture. I need to raise your guys' influence.
We obey.
Okay, we've got a supply drop. Let's finish the supplies we have here.
Power relay now operational.
Perfect. So that gives us 10 power at base. But I think we can then assign engineers, such as one of our gremlins. They give us +5 more power. We could then upgrade at the cost of 80 supplies to give us 2 more power and an additional engineer slot. I don't have spare engineers at the moment, but let's build our resistance comms here.
Resistance communications facility construction initiated.
Do we need you here? We don't. Let's actually pull you off of there. We've got plenty of power. And put you here building the resistance comms to cut the time in half. That's probably the smarter call. Alright, squad size 2. We need a captain, which we don't have yet. Captains on all of those. Okay. Yeah, we can't do anything there. Alright. Let's go back to scanning. At some point we will get our next mission. Or do we check to see if we have healthy people now? Proving ground, I think, is what I want to build here. An experimental workspace where Shen can test and produce new, unique types of ammo, grenades, and armor for our soldiers, as well as other specialized tactical items. That seems good. Training center would help us establish bonds, which we could benefit from. I don't think we need the laboratory. Just helps with breakthroughs, which are nice. Not critical. Infirmary could be good because we keep getting damaged or injured. An engineer can be staffed in the infirmary to decrease the time our soldiers need to recover from injuries. Soldiers can be staffed here to remove negative traits acquired. Huh. This does take engineering staff, and it is built right next to the workshop. I don't know if the proving ground uses engineers. I could build that in the next room over. I'm going to do a quick Google. Do you take an engineering staff? Yes. I can staff an engineer there to decrease proving ground project time. Is that more important than infirmary of cutting down our soldiers' injuries? I think I need an infirmary. We keep getting screwed over by not having enough soldiers ready, or our best soldiers taking too long to heal up. So if we build the infirmary here, we can then build the proving ground there in 3 days. So it's not like it's costing us overly much. Defense matrix is to protect us from a ground assault, or during a ground assault, which I don't think is critical. No, let's go infirmary. And assign the gremlin there to build it in 11 days. If we go to our soldiers, one more day, and then they're back to ready to go. Alright. And let's keep scanning.
Strategic resource located.
61 supplies. And yes, we have our basic supply drop available. Did that one day, is that what we needed? Because if we get our people back, I think it's time to go take on the black site. One more day. Maybe by the time we fly to the black site, that might be the one day we need. We'll get 125 supplies for it, which is nice.
Setting course for Sector 15, West Asia.
As time is progressing. Let's see. Now, so you're still tired. Do I want to bring you? Kind of. We could bring Schneider, but having our best team feels good. You're our healer, as opposed to you. What's your focus? Oh, you have a fear of missed shots. Even worse. No, I think I want to wait a day. Let's just fly. And then fly back. We're just killing time.
Setting course for the West Asian corridor.
Still not available. It's one day. Come on.
Setting course for the Arctic territories.
I wish I could have it, scan and have it pause when a soldier is available or something, because there's not really a good way of seeing. I think it pops up here, so I could just keep an eye out for it.
Just as I had hoped, Commander.
Okay, breakthroughs. Our pistols do 1 more damage. Nice to have. Psionics is now inspired. Okay. I've been holding off on you but if it's inspired, we could also do the alien data cache, which would give us intel. Which wouldn't be bad because we are low on intel. But Psionics is inspired, so I think I'm going to go for it, even though I'm not sure Psionics is what I need at the moment. Although we've seen them wielding psionic powers before, our recent encounters with the aliens have truly shown us how they are able to deftly manipulate the flow of psionic energy and use it to their advantage. If we were able to master it as well as they have, the potential applications in the field would be limitless.
I foresee a number of valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Alright, you're all ready now.
Setting
Let's
course for West
launch
Asia.
the mission. I think it's finally time to take on a black site. We've got most of our best soldiers. So we probably don't need 2 snipers. Let's remove you. So we've got ranger, sniper, and specialist. And we want a grenadier. You will get... Hello? You will get the... Make utility items available. Where is... Huh. The flashbang. Probably had it on one of my soldiers that I sent on the... covert operation, which I guess could be useful if they do end up getting attacked. Do I think the flashbang is so critical? Maybe not. There's definitely been more times where I've been wanting him to have a grenade than the few times I've been needing a flashbang. So maybe I will leave him with that. Do you at least have the better weapon? Chances are no, because let's make weapons available. Yeah, no, the improved cannon is currently in use by the other person on the mission. Well, how about that? That's a bit of mistakes being made. I could give you an autoloader, which is probably not a bad call because you only have 3 rounds. So it'll give you a free reload. You hopefully already have the improved shard gun, and you do. You should have the better mag rifle, and you don't. Huh. Where are all of my good weapons? Make weapons available, please. Because that mission has a grenadier and 2 rookies. So you should have my... Oops. You should be the one with my improved shard gun, and you are. You should have your improved gun because certainly no one else should be using it. Did I not give you any upgrades on it? I thought I had. But I guess not. But no one else can be using your vector rifle. You should have upgrades. You have the advanced repeater. Fine. And you have the upgrades on standard rifle. Alright. I think that all makes sense. So he doesn't have the better weapon because it's in use by the other grenadier who's on the mission. Okay. But this will be our team. We're going to go take on the black site next. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all then. Bye.